In this video, I will talk about will high-fat dairy, lactose, and whey proteins help you to live forever young. So, as always, I recommend you to download presentation as PDF file from the link in the description. Then you can go to the references, to the scientific publications, and go to into details. And then you can work on it and you can develop your own opinion. Because again, I am not giving you any advice. I am scientist. I try to do this research first for myself because I want to live few centuries, maybe 1,000 years, and then this is what I'm doing. And my recommendation is why, because this goal is so big, then my recommendation are much different from medical professionals and even from other enthusiasts of health improvement you can find in the internet. So it is really quite different goal. Well, so first I give you this the summary of the presentation, which was prepared with AI, artificial intelligence. It is very useful in work. We have so big change in everything because this artificial intelligence now available for public, and we can use for free quite many chatbots and this AI from ChatGPT and Microsoft and Google, etc. So quite dozens, and so use it because again, future is certainly is related to the use of artificial intelligence. It is helpful. But if you ask artificial intelligence such questions like how to make people to live forever or forever young, it will not give you an answer because most of the information in the internet, and so this artificial intelligence model was trained on publicly available information, and this information is mostly related to recommendation of medical professionals. So you will have no answer to this question. So, but I try to do my own research based on scientific publication, based on science, because I want to have result. So let's go. First, a short summary. This presentation discusses the authors, it is my personal views on diet, focusing on health improvement and radical lifespan extension and muscle building. Muscle building, in my opinion, is a sign of rejuvenation. If you, in old age, can build muscles, then it is a sign of health improvement. It is a sign that it is possible to get lifespan extension and even radical lifespan extension. So the author, it is me, rejects traditional healthy diets recommended by medical professionals, favoring a carnivore diet and proposing a diet that mimics human breast milk for potential rejuvenation benefits. Again, you can find my old video about such diet which mimics the breast milk, and I believe that it is very important to follow this diet. But again, it is not yet a fact. I just work on it. It's just idea, a hypothesis. I work on it, but the more I work, the more I am convinced that it is the way to go. Of course, it is not only diet. It is also many other supplements and procedures and physical activities necessary. But yet, it is a big part of the program of the rejuvenation. So the author emphasizes the importance of elastin fibers in the extracellular matrix for maintaining tissue elasticity and longevity. Such option is contrasting with the prevalent views that cellular aging is the primary cause of aging. Further, the author draws insight from naked mole rats, known for their unusual longevity and stable skin elasticity with age. The author proposed a hypothesis to answer a question: why do naked mole rats live much longer than other rodents of compatible size? Then again, I try to find the answer to my question, to my project in nature. This is how any good scientist do. First, to find an idea and to find the solution of some problem, look to nature, how nature is handling the problem. Then the discussion delves into the benefits of lactose present in dairy products, highlighting its role in energy supply, gut microbiota health, muscle growth, and prevention of various diseases. The author suggests that lactose, when consumed with whey proteins, may stimulate insulin secretion, promotes cardiovascular health, improve elasticity of blood vessels, intensify blood flow, and potentially aid muscle growth in the elderly. I believe that I see it in myself. Okay, of course, physical activity is necessary. The text further explores the composition of human breast milk, emphasizing the benefits of whey proteins, particularly leucine content, for muscle health and growth. It addresses potential issues with casein proteins, specifically in cow milks, and other associations with autoimmune responses in some individuals. Okay, finally, the author suggests that incorporating high-fat dairy, lactose, and whey proteins into the ketogenic diet, along with an active lifestyle and endurance exercise, may contribute to preventing sarcopenia, promoting muscle growth in the elderly. And if combined with important supplements, senolytics, and vitamins, such a diet potentially extends healthy human life. Please mind that author, that's me, is not a medical professional, and this presentation only expresses my personal opinion based on scientific publications in peer-reviewed journals. Yet it cannot be considered as a medical advice. More research is necessary, and I encourage you to do your own research, go deeper. If you want to live a few hundred years, go deep. And it is not easy. It is not yet resolved, the problem. Even living to 120 years, it's only few humans can achieve it. And now the average longevity is dropping like stone, and there are many reasons for this. And we see that nature around us degrading, and is it the result of overpopulation of our planet, or maybe abuse of some chemicals? I don't know, but I see that just in my lifespan, I see so dramatic change in nature around us that many biological species just disappeared, and I see that number of insects is dropping like, I know, incredibly dropping. Especially it relates to termites, and termites in tropical zone are very, very important for sustainable in the environment, sustainable this circle of life. So it is really, we live in very, very hard time. So let's go, and I will go to the presentation itself. The goals of my project are not only health improvement, but also radical lifespan extension. Therefore, my personal opinion is different from official recommendations of medical professionals to follow a so-called balanced or healthy diet that is based on consumption of grains, fruits, vegetables, and seed oils, while the consumption of red meat, saturated fats, this mostly animal-based fats, raw milk, and high-fat dairy products is not recommended. Yeah, you know, official medicine is try to limit the consumption of this dairy product, and especially now especially of lactose. There are much concern about lactose, and I will talk about this in further. So let's go. And in recent years, some people have promoted a carnivore diet, which is to consume only animal-based products. It is yet only few people who promote, but it is getting more and more public attention, and more people follow it. And then the carnivore diet aims to reduce inflammation, improve metabolic health, and accelerate weight loss by eliminating carbohydrates and increasing protein intake. In the case of severe autoimmune diseases, and some people suffer from this, some enthusiasts of the carnivore diet recommend trying a so-called lion diet, when people only eat beef and drink water. So there is opinion that it cures all autoimmune diseases, all that, okay. So this is a lion diet. So eating meat, even raw meat and beef, and water. It's healthy, but honestly I cannot afford it. Beef is expensive, so I don't follow this type of diet. But also I see that my opinion that lion diet, it can cure autoimmune diseases, sure, but if we relate to this, can we live a few hundred years on this diet? I believe not, because for example, you take Maasai people, they drink milk, they eat meat, and they drink blood of cows, and it is they live longer than neighboring tribes who consume mostly vegetables and grains, but not much longer, not 10 times longer. Okay, so it is good diet. I would say perfect. It's not easy. It's maybe for some people it's not affordable, like me. But again, it is good if you just want to stay healthy. You can follow this diet. High-fat dairy products reduce the effectiveness of carnivore diet in burning accumulated fat because of the lower protein-to-fat ratio. Yes, it's true. Also, casein in dairy products may ignite an autoimmune response in allergic people, and therefore some proponents of the carnivore diet suggest limiting or avoiding dairy products. Even, let's say, I respect a lot of the medical doctor Paul Marson, and he recommends to stop consuming all dairy products because of casein, because of this allergic reaction. So, but again, my diet, my opinion is different. Even I respect his opinion, I go further. As for me, I am not allergic to dairy products, and don't mind having some amount of healthy fat stored in a deposit tissue if it may help to extend my longevity. So if I am not ripped like bodybuilders, I don't care. But if I have muscles, if I have strength, if muscles are growing, and if I see that other, like pulse pressure is not very high, and for my age, and then it is okay. It is okay. I don't care. That's what that's. So I don't care about a little bit more fat in my body. No problem. I do see that a high intake of butter and dairy products increases the percentage of fat in my body. Yes, it's true, but it is also helps to grow muscle and improve vascular elasticity, which is a surrogate measures of my biological age. If I will just measure this, like pulse pressure, and which related to vascular elasticity, I see that my age of the cardiovascular system, it's maybe about 40 years. It is not yet my appearance, because circulation of blood in skin and is slow, so it will take much longer, but I see some improvement, slow of course, so improvement in my appearance too. Not only growing muscles, but also skin is getting better, and even hair getting some natural color because I have gray hair, completely white actually, but now they are getting a little bit darker. So as long as I observe the signs of rejuvenation, I will continue to consume dairy products. Okay, so this is dairy products which you can buy, and they're affordable, but the only that's what is promoted to consume lactose-free products. But again, we will talk about this later. I already expressed in all the presentation, you can click on it. It's about this diet which mimics human breast milk. I believe that it may help extend life. There are some logic in it. Okay, human milk consists of 87% of water, 4% of lipids, 7% of carbohydrates, and only 1% of protein by weight. As you know, breastfed babies are in state of ketosis. That is, they use fat as the main source of energy, while the liver produces ketone bodies for the brain cells. Yet infants are getting up to 40% of their energy from lactose. Yeah, so you see, it is not carnivore diet. It is some special diet for babies, for breastfed babies, and it is different. It is different, and it works different. So we cannot classify a diet that mimics the breast milk composition as a carnivore diet because of its low protein to fat and protein to carbohydrate ratios. In this presentation, I will try to go deeper into the possible benefits of such a diet for rejuvenation of our body and muscle growth. Okay, so my first wife was, producing so much milk that excess of milk I was drinking. I remember this. Okay, I cannot say that time I was drinking not very long and I was young. I cannot say about health benefits, but babies, at least babies are getting a lot of health benefits from breast milk. The dominant opinion in aging research is that the cellular aging defines the aging of our bodies. Yeah, of course, if you look, and all people are focused on genetics, they're focused on the rejuvenation of some cells with Yamanaka factors or whatever. But again, contrary to this opinion, I believe that main cause of aging is the gradual reduction of elasticity of the extracellular matrix, which is the frame of our body that supports organ, tissues, and living cells. Stiffening of blood vessels has, in particular, consequences for slowing blood supply to living cells, the development of chronic hypoxia, oxidative stress, inflammation, and accumulation of senescent cells, and next tissue fibrosis, and eventually death. The elasticity of extracellular matrix is defined in particular by concentration of elastin fibers. The process of elastin formation mainly occurs during embryonic development and continues at high levels through childhood to the end of adolescence. In adults, the concentration of elastin in the extracellular matrix gradually drops. I'm sorry that I repeat every time that how much different my vision of the aging, how much different is my recommendation, but okay, mind that it is my opinion, and I believe I see some logic in it. So, but of course, this is not only my idea. This idea about elasticity of extracellular matrix and that it related to aging, it was expressed in 2002. I use this idea, but I tried to develop it further. But till now, there is no one person proposed what we can do with this, how to improve elasticity of the extracellular matrix. Okay, so here it's schematically shown that what is our body. Our body has this frame, bones and the collagen fibers and elastin fibers, and then some cells which can migrate through this frame if it is necessary, like it is immune cells, or if it is maybe stem cells, they migrate and they make maintenance of our body. If this maintenance work, then we can live forever young. So it is nothing can stop, because we were born, we developed from single cell. And now if some cell is getting old, it can be replaced. It can be replaced. Our immune system reacts to a cell which is old and which produce some signals that I'm old, I'm a senescent cell, please kill me. They are coming and kill it. But if the extracellular matrix is getting stiff, then migration of stem cells to replace this old and defected cells is also immune cells is compromised, and this maintenance cannot keep our body young and energetic as in our adulthood and our younger age. Okay, here we see this presentation of extracellular matrix a little bit with electron microscope. So we see collagen fibers, we see elastin fibers. So this is how it looks. It is frame of our body. So cells, in some ways, like endothelium layer or epithelium layer, cells stick to each, stay close to each other, but actually it is not the rule. It is in many organs, cells are just attached to the frame, and then what is also, they have sensors. So every cell, behavior of the cells is defined by the elasticity of the extracellular matrix. If extracellular matrix is stiff, cells behave different. They became senescent. So it is, if you put a young cell into stiff extracellular matrix, they will behave the same like senescent cells. And if you put old cell to elastic extracellular matrix, then they will show you rejuvenation of the cell. So it is not genetical, it is just environment defines how the cells behave. So we can rejuvenate our body if we can make elastic extracellular matrix. This is my idea, which is core of my all my project. Okay, nature provides us with a hint as to the role of extracellular matrix elasticity in aging. In particular, naked mole rats are characterized by unusual and longevity coupled with unexplained resistance to aging. Yes, so actually, interesting, so I will go, they are not aging. They are very so special species that they are not aging, but it's not the only species. So look in nature and you will see answer to all questions, okay? It's easy, relatively easy. While specific details about the elasticity of organs or in aging naked mole rats are limited, it is known that elasticity of skin of the naked mole rats remains surprisingly stable with age. So you can go to the references and you can read about details. This is fascinating animals, fascinating. I love them so much. It is really funny. It is really interesting species, and okay, we have to learn something from them. Remarkably, the number of stem cells in naked mole rats is near constant through aging. Why? Okay, because the stem cells also react to environment. If the extracellular matrix is elastic, stem cells just they don't get senescent. They are healthy and they can reproduce, they can divide and they can proliferate. So it is not a problem to keep the body healthy and young as long as elasticity of the extracellular matrix is corresponds to young age. Next, cell membrane composition and longevity correlate with body size. The membranes of longer living larger mammals, have fewer polyunsaturated fatty acids. In comparison with naked mole rats, mice in cellular membranes have 9 times more this DHA, polyunsaturated fatty acid, which is most susceptible to lipid peroxidation. You see, this is a difference. Mice aging quick, they have the same rate of metabolism like in naked mole rats, or about the same, but they live only up to 2 years maybe in the wild. But naked mole rats, in average, they live to 40 years. Of course, I mean, it's maximum, but it's maximum in the wild. Okay, here they don't look very cute. Because they live underground, and life for them is really very tough. They don't see sun, they don't see stars, and life is boring, really boring. And it is, if you can imagine how suffering they are to survive, but yet it is they're working. Okay, they do what they're supposed to do. Naked mole rats demonstrate the rank organization of social behavior in their colony, similar to bees and ants. Again, nature gives us the result that in some colonies, like in some species, like bees, ants, termites, and naked mole rats, they have this social organization, rank organization, and then the role of the individual animal is changing through the age. Younger animals act as the providers of food for the colony. In bees it is different. Younger bees take care of babies, and older bees they provide nectar and pollen. So it is different, but yet again the social role is changing in the colonies. So naked mole rats eat tubers and plant roots in young age and demonstrate aging over time, because they eat almost the same what mice eat, and they are aging, but not so quick yet. Okay, they at least mice will die maybe in 2-3 years, but they naked mole rats in 5 years. What is happening? in 5 years, the social role is changing and food sources are changing. There is not much information, but logically thinking, I have explanation what happens with them. Okay. All the non-NACMO rats rely more on short chain and middle chain fatty acids and as energy sources. You can find the presentation and the video on this NACMO rats, what is happening with them in more details. Again, just a hint on it that they have the digestive system which is close to other rodents like rabbits. And what they do, rabbits, they have bacteria. They have different little bit digestive system from cows, and because it is not much efficient. And like chimpanzee, gorillas, also the same problem. What they are doing, they eat own feces. They eat own feces because the feces are full of protein, full of the fat, short chain and middle chain fatty acids. Yeah, so gorillas eat feces, and rabbits also eat feces. And NACMO rats, no different. They eat feces. Okay, then when they are young, they eat roots, but feces of these young individuals eat. All the animals eat feces of the younger individuals. Yeah, this is what is changing. They change diet. They rely more on this feces, on the short chain and the middle chain fatty acids, which are produced by bacteria. And then constantly the process of aging slows down and even gets reversed. Interesting, yeah. So it is. You can get to my older presentation and you see what is the science. The number of mitochondria, activity of the ATP process, production of energy in cells. It is improving with age in these animals. Fantastic, yeah, fantastic. So relatively to short-living mice, brain of NACMO rats, lipids of the NACMO rats, because lipids are a big part of the brain, are rich in cholesterol. Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. So it appears that cholesterol is an important part of the brain and important part of lipids. You want to be healthy, you need cholesterol. Oxidation-resistant membranes, phospholipids in membranes potentially contribute to unique longevity of the NACMO rats. Again, oxidation-resistant membranes, they have saturated fatty acids, yeah, and cholesterol also. More cholesterol, they have more cholesterol and more saturated fatty acids. Is it not the sign what we have to eat to live longer? So we need more cholesterol, we need more saturated fat. So here we see the longevity and body mass, such plot. You see there are some many species, and you see that again the species who consume plant-based food here live shorter, remarkably shorter. Yeah. Elephants a little bit exclusion, but okay, it is in the middle. They eat. They have some. They have some specific in the digestive tract, but okay, I will not go to this because it's not difference. But what is interesting for us, bats, NACMO rats, and this condor, or I mean the birds. And if you look why they are different. For example, this condor or this species, bird species, they have very high acidity in stomach. It is, you see, acidity in your stomach is very, very important for longevity. Acidity of your stomach, they eat some meat, which is rotten meat full of bacteria, and but bacteria will be killed by high acidity in the stomach. In humans, what is happening, acidity of the gastric juice is dropping, and probably this why we live not very long. But bats are very high metabolic rate, very high. But what they eat, they don't eat plants or don't eat seeds. They eat insects which are rich in fat. And this fat, again, you can find in scientific publications what is the composition of this fat in flying insects. And these NACMO rats, they are different, but again, they change the diet. In the young age, they eat roots and they eat tubers, they eat plant-based food, but then in old age, they change to eating feces, like, feces, this material produced by bacteria. They eat bacteria. So there are some ideas that humans have to produce food with bacteria. So they take like feces of humans or animals, and they convert this feces to, they grow bacteria on it, and then this bacteria, they kill this bacteria and they're getting some surrogate of meat. And there, I know about some research in Japan for this, so they just take some municipal waste and some feces, and they grow bacteria on it, and they produce artificial meat on it. It sounds very, very ugly, but yet again, it is in a sense, it is the same what gorilla does. Okay, gorilla, they eat own feces. Will we eat own feces in future? I don't know. I believe that better will eat dairy products, because the cows are so special. Digestive system is so special that they, the dairy products, they have all these short chain fatty acids, middle chain fatty acids in the dairy product, and we can do it. We can get benefits for us not eating feces but eating dairy product. Why not? Okay, so it is again, rat is short-living species. They have high reactive oxygen species concentration, and they have the high amount of polyunsaturated fatty acids. It's all together makes them live short. So if you follow plant-based diet and consume vegetable oils, you are mice. You are mice or rat. Okay, it's up to you. You decide this. Or naked rats, they have also high reactive oxygen species because the metabolism is very high, but they have a very low unsaturated fatty acids in the body, because they eat, in old age at least, they eat feces. Okay, will you decide to eat feces? I don't know. Okay, maybe humans are going to this development. Pigeons, I don't have much information about this, but again, pigeons don't live 40 years. They're special. I will not talk about this. It's not much interesting actually for me. Okay, heavy fat cream, butter, lipids from goat milk, and coconut oil are sources of middle chain fatty acids. Yet coconut oil contains some plant polystyrrols, which are not healthy, and its consumption should be limited. Okay, it's again opinion of Dr. Paul Masson, and I believe it. But coconut actually, coconut oil has not much of these polystyrrols. Polystyrrols, they are reducing consumption of cholesterol from food. So they are blocking digestion of this of cholesterol from food, blocking little bit, but coconut oil in some limited amounts maybe not bad, because amount of this polystyrrols is much less than in olive oil, much less than in avocado oil, so it is probably not very bad. So sometimes I consume coconut oil, so, but again, I try to limit it to use more butter. Butter is most healthy. Meanwhile, short-chain fatty acids can be produced by beneficial bacteria in the colon from resistant starch. I was talking about this. Cocoa powder, mushrooms, and some carbohydrates. Not all, but some carbohydrates can be that are not digested in the small intestine, but they go to colon, and bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids in the colon from some carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Of course, you can, resistant starch was tapioca, potato starch. Yeah, it works, but not very much efficient. I mean, I use it, I see how much gas it is producing. It is working, but I would say not much efficient. Cocoa powder, it has other benefits, so I recommend. I drink cocoa at morning sometimes, so it's okay. Mushrooms, I believe, the best. And mixing it with other food, it's very, 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 very healthy, I believe. So, but the problem to get good quality mushrooms, because I was growing mushrooms myself, and it was when I got consuming mushrooms and eggs. I was also keeping eggs laying hens, and about 30 such hens, and every hen was making 5 eggs per week. So it is 30. So we had many more eggs than I can consume. So we were selling the excess, and people were just so happy about buying eggs from us, because these eggs were that's free range eggs with all best quality food. And so because I was growing this, I was keeping hens for myself, and actually it was all for free. Mushrooms I was growing myself, eggs, and I was eating so much of this mix of mushrooms and eggs, like omelette, so that people were telling me, "Oh, you look so good." So now I don't grow mushrooms, I don't keep hens. My situation has changed a little bit, but if you go to countryside and you can grow mushrooms and you can keep hens, do it. Okay, do it. So in lactose, it is artificial carbohydrate which is not digested, but also lactose, if it is not digested in the small intestine, then it can be used by lactic acid bacteria to produce short-chain fatty acids. Very efficient. You can suppress little bit digestion of lactose if you combine it with some acid like citric acid or vitamin C, because this enzyme work in small intestine only in a little bit with pH which is little bit acidic. Oh, pardon, alkaline, a little bit alkaline. If it is acidic, if you have excess of this acid taken together with some drink, then it is not digested and it produces a lot of gas. So, okay, but it is at least it is some indication that short-chain fatty acids will be produced. Okay, more than 65% in the world, humans in the world would not digest lactose efficiently, while lactose-tolerant people may reduce its digestion by blending with fats and drinking acidic beverages together with lactose. This is what I do normally. Doses of 10-15 grams a day can be recommended. Yeah, these doses will have no side effects, absolutely nothing. Okay, but it is probably too small. And there can be side effects like flatulence and even diarrhea in the case of single overdose over 50 grams. So you can separate and take it in 15 gram per doses. Oh, but I don't see much problem with 50 gram also. I mean, not 50 actually. It's about 35 gram I take after the exercises. So, and again, these doses which correspond to 50 gram of lactose correspond to drinking 1 liter of raw milk at once. Okay, I don't have any allergy. I digest lactose, no problem. But even my problem is that I have to suppress digestion of lactose and get it to my colon. And okay, this is sources of middle chain fatty acids: coconut oil, butter. Butter is the best value. And then people, what they're doing, they drink coffee with butter. No sugar, but with butter. Okay, but also you can add some lactose. I believe that also good. So this how lactose. Lactose is artificial carbohydrates which is not digested. So it goes to stomach in not big doses used, like few grams only, but all this bacteria, lactic acid bacteria, they produce short-chain fatty acids. Short-chain fatty acids, they are important for the health of our epithelium in the guts, and they produce gases, mostly like methane and but also hydrogen. And hydrogen works like resisting reduce reactive oxygen species. It is antioxidant, so it is good. It is good. Human breast milk contains about 3.8 gram of fat, 7 gram of lactose per 100 milliliters of milk. So 7 gram. So in the mammary gland, lactose is made from glucose supplied by the blood, and it is known for its stability in solution. Compared to milk from other mammals, human milk can consider it unique in its high lactose content, contributing around 40% of the caloric value. Again, why humans are so special? Because lactose is important for brain development, okay? So this breastfed children, they show high IQ in adulthood, and so yeah, it's important, okay? If you believe that we need big brain, okay, consumption of milk help you. Newborns receive up to 35 grams of lactose daily in breast milk. Okay, newborns like 3 kilo or 3.5 kilo, they get 35 grams of lactose. It's a lot, more than 10 grams of lactose per kilo of body weight. So, and so it is, again, it is huge amount of lactose, huge. The high lactose content in breast milk contributes to the development of tissues in babies, promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria like bifidobacteria and other lactic acid bacteria. The fermentation of lactose in the large intestine lowers pH, stimulates peristalsis in the colon, and improves the absorption of minerals and vitamins in the gut. So it is, again, nature is not stupid, okay? Some medical professionals can be stupid and give you some advice in which is not working. It's also, I can give you some advice in which will not work for you, so be careful about any advice, any opinion, but nature, look how nature does it. Nature does it well. Why it is so much lactose? Because it is important for development of tissues, development of the brain of baby. And so here it is how it is. The breast milk and goes to small intestine. Some amount of the lactose is digested. Then it goes to colon. And what is happening? There is a produce short chain fatty acids, gas, and feces. What is also happening, glucose, and the lactose is getting broken in the small intestine to glucose and galactose, and well, it's also important, quite important for our development, for babies' development at least. Avoiding lactose-containing products may imply a lower intake of important nutrients such as calcium and vitamin B12 from dairy products. Okay. Yes, right. If you stop drinking milk, like it is or many experts, including enthusiasts of the carnivore diet, propose, you will suffer. You will suffer because digestion of many micro elements and vitamin B12, which is available in milk, will be reduced. In the colon, beneficial gut bacteria produce from lactose various byproducts, including lactic acid and short-chain fatty acids. And short-chain fatty acids contribute to the newborn energy supply and have positive effects on body weight, immune system development, and protection against infection. Short-chain fatty acids not only food for epithelium layer, but they also get to the blood. They are used by the endothelium layer in the blood system, and they even can go to brain, and they provide energy for neurons. So this is why it is important for brain development. Okay, so it is important. So all harmonious, all beautiful in nature. Think about this. Many of the beneficial effects of lactose can be linked to short-chain fatty acids, which serve as energy source for gut microbiota in the cells of in the intestinal wall. It is epithelium layer. Confer a protective effect on colonic mucosal integrity that plays a crucial role in preventing leaky gut syndrome. Yes, of course. When we are talking about epithelium layer in our guts, production of this mucosal layer, which is it's also important to protect our guts, and it is, again, lactose works to help you in this. And so it is, again, exerts a beneficial effect on early immune development. Yeah, okay. So short-chain fatty acids are used as energy sources by epithelium cells in the guts, following absorption and transporting to the liver. So again, what is not consumed as a food, as energy by epithelium cells, they go to blood and go to liver and other organs. So it is very, very healthy. So what is if our epithelium layer is healthy, then all the cells of the epithelium layer, they are linked to each other. They stay inseparable. So it is like big bacteria and proteins molecules cannot go through to the blood. But if it has inflammation, and then bacteria, toxic substances go to the blood, and you have autoimmune response of your body. So it is again important. If you have lactose, then it helps to keep your endothelium layer healthy, and it keeps healthy your baby. Unlike other sugars, lactose does not lead to tooth decay. Okay, also important. Lactose has a low glycemic index compared to other sugars. For example, it is only less than half of glucose, meaning that it causes a slow increase in blood glucose levels. It is advantageous as it avoids sudden spikes in insulin and glucose concentration in the blood serum. Therefore, it helps prevent formation of advanced glycation end products, which are again why we are stiffening, extracellular matrix is stiffening because of reaction of sugars with proteins, with fibers, with collagen fibers. And then if it is not glycemic index is low, then we don't have this high concentration of glucose, and then it is, again, it helps. So it is, in particular, accumulation of advanced glycation end products is related to the stiffening of blood vessels, with what we're always talking about, compromises blood flow and aging of our body. Okay, you see high spikes of glucose, they accelerate aging, like mice. Mice live short. If you want to be like mice, okay, eat what's the same what mice eat. It is grains, it is plants. Go. You will have maybe happy but short life. Regular drinking of sour milk containing lactic acid works synergistically with endurance exercise to improve arterial elasticity and endothelium function in the blood vessels. Okay, it's a little bit different from raw milk, but again, if you cannot digest lactose at all, maybe drinking sour milk, yogurt, maybe it is a solution. But because it supplies also not only lactic acid, but also supplies this whey protein and casein. Okay. So what is the difference in muscles of young adults and older ones? So you see where you have more fat in the structure of the muscles. You have fewer stem cells, which are responsible for muscle growth, and you have more this cross-linking advanced glycation end products. This is why your muscles are stiff, why they're not elastic, why they cannot you cannot get strength with your muscles in old age, and it is all related to glucose content, to spikes of glucose in your blood, and also it relates to this polyunsaturated fatty acids. Okay, here again, that's schematically represented what the muscle fiber. Muscle fiber, you know, it is one cell with many nucleus. I have a video on it. And then you have the stem cells and activation of the stem cells, differentiation of these stem cells important, and and again, it is regulated by stiffness of the extracellular matrix. If it is stiff, then these stem cells are getting senescent. They cannot keep your muscles and sustain your muscle, and especially you cannot grow muscles in old age. Why? Because this stiffness of the extracellular matrix. Okay, here you can click on this picture, you can get some to the article which related to this discussion, how the advanced glycation end products correspond to development of sarcopenia. Quite complicated mechanism, how it can change the state of the muscles. So yeah, probably it's a little bit too much scientific, I believe. That's because there is no conclusion. To make a conclusion is different, but the main conclusion is just, okay, if you consume glucose and fructose, especially fructose reacts with proteins much quicker, much more with higher speed, the higher rate than glucose. So fructose is especially toxic, absolutely toxic for muscles and for all your, accelerates your aging. So if you eat fruits, okay, you will live not long. To be absorbed efficiently, lactose needs to be broken down in small intestine into glucose and galactose, a process controlled by enzyme lactase. During childhood, in the majority of children, lactase levels gradually decrease from a peak at birth to less than 10% of the maximum level, with most of the change being observed at the age of 2 years or older. So it is again 10%. So it is again at birth it is maximum, then it drops slowly, and after 2 years age it is dropping considerably, and in adults it is only 10% level of enzyme which is produced by an epithelium layer, epithelium cells in your small intestine. Okay, this is produced not pancreas, but produced by epithelium layer. Okay, yet some adults can still produce it till the old age, like I am. Most Europeans can drink milk with no problem. So I drink milk. I never have any problem with drinking milk. Few liters, I can drink few liters at once, no problem. While glucose, raw milk, while glucose is an essential source of energy for infants, galactose is not considered essential. Moreover, continuous exposure to glucose in piglets and mice has been linked to buildup of advanced glycation end products, reactive oxygen species, mitochondrial dysfunction, and cellular senescence. Therefore, you see again, it is widely known that scientists use injections of glucose, injections of galactose. They inject this galactose to piglets and mice for experiments, because what is happening, it is they are getting this high reactive oxygen species produced, and then it is also related to glycation process, to cross-linking of proteins, and then it is they seek accelerated aging. So therefore, but from this research, people draw conclusions that, okay, raw milk and high lactose dairy products are considered unhealthy, and some people say avoid raw milk and avoid high lactose dairy products at any cost. No. Okay, no. So why no? We will go further. Then present in high concentration and in the presence of galactose oxidase enzyme, galactose can be converted to hydrogen peroxide and aldose. So they really produce reactive oxygen species. Okay, and this is causing damage to cells and contributing to cellular senescence, a process associated with aging, neuroinflammation, and neurodegeneration. A study reference in this source specifically explores how galactose injection induces chronic oxidative stress in animal models, potentially impacting their health and accelerating aging. Okay, this is established experimental procedure. If to people who make research in aging, they use galactose injection to piglets and to mice and rats also. Researchers often use galactose injection to mimic aging-like symptoms in mice. Therefore, some proponents of the carnivore diet suggest limiting or avoiding dairy products. Again, as I said, they say avoid it at any cost. It is important to note that these findings are based on experiments with laboratory animals and may not directly apply to humans due to the differences in metabolic processes between species. Okay, you can click on this. That again, that galactose make high. It makes rectum oxygen species. It's accelerated agent. Again, this gum, guar gum. I have it. I bought it 3 years ago. I tried, but I don't know. Maybe I should try it again, but I don't think it will help. It is just what it is doing. It is slowing down the. So if you take galactose not by injection but from food, add to the food, then combined with this guar gum, maybe it will help. But again, it's different question. I didn't go much. Probably we can try the use of guar gum as supplements, but be careful because it is if it is mixed with water, it is swelling a lot. So you can get this. If you take powder, then you can get probably complications with constipation or whatever. Don't do it. But mixed with water, maybe, I don't know, such gel. Maybe this guar gum also works as to produce short chain fatty acids. Some reports even suggest that increased dairy intake can reduce oxidative and inflammatory. So again, for humans it is different. Okay, it is different. So when some people recommend to avoid dairy products, especially dairy products with high lactose content, then we have publications quite opposite. Some reports suggest that increased dairy intake can reduce oxidative and inflammatory stress in overweight and obese adults. Okay, so it is humans are different, but also what is different? It is dairy products. They have not galactose; they have lactose. Lactose have, if it is splitted by enzyme, it is producing glucose and galactose, and when it is together, it works different. Dairy-based smoothies, as opposed to soy-based ones, have been shown to significantly lower circulation biomarkers of oxidative stress and inflammation. So, okay, dairy, again, the oxidative stress and inflammation this is a sign of accelerated aging. If you consume dairy products regular, then your aging will be decelerated. This is a conclusion from this data. When combined with glucose, galactose plays a crucial role in replenishing glycogen in liver and muscles. Okay, look, again, it is first, if you use dairy products regular, you slow down your aging, not accelerating aging. From mice which have the galactose injections or consumption of galactose, they accelerate aging. But if you use lactose in dairy products, then it works different. It is slow down oxidative stress, inflammation, and slow down aging. When combined with glucose, again, when combined with glucose as a lactose, galactose play a crucial role in replenishing glycogen in the liver and muscles. And for grown muscles, it is very important. Bodybuilders use it, but I will talk a little bit later about this. Upon lactose digestion, absorbed glucose triggers an insulin response. Very important. So insulin, peak of the insulin is important to grow muscles. Why? Okay, so we will talk about this. Okay, it is causing a significant portion of galactose to be converted to glycogen and stored. So if you have lactose and glucose is triggering insulin response, and high insulin level triggers production of glycogen. It both from glucose and from galactose. Galactose has recently reported as beneficial in several diseases, particularly those affecting the brain. Potential toxic effects of galactose supplied through the consumption of lactose are considered negligible. So if it is coupled, if it is lactose, then in lactose, glucose and lactose together, they work beneficially. In comparison with mice, if they're injecting and they're consuming only galactose. When it is lactose, it is good. It is good, okay? And here we see some example of that people cannot think logically. Yeah, it is interesting publication. You can go read it, but I don't think it's strange. Okay, strange. But look, for example, they say glucose. If glucose used for replenishing of this glycogen storage, it works very well to increase concentration of glycogen in muscle, but in liver maybe not so much, but mostly in muscles. Good, good. This is what bodybuilders use. So after the heavy exercises, when the amount of glycogen depleted in the muscles, what they use? They use glucose, a lot of sweet drinks to replenish the amount of this glycogen in muscles and to give energy in muscles to grow further, because it is reducing oxidative stress. You need glycogen in muscles to grow them. Also, again, fructose-galactose mix is a mix like honey. Take honey. Honey is a mix of fructose and galactose. Oh, pardon, glucose, fructose. Sugar is split in honey to fructose and glucose. So if you take honey instead of only glucose, it works both. It makes liver and muscles replenishing this glycogen together. Good or no good? I don't know. I don't know. Fructose is so dangerous that I would avoid. I keep bees. I have a lot of honey, but I try to reduce amount of this honey and fructose, especially fructose. So I am quite skeptical, considering how quick fructose reacts with proteins. I don't know. Maybe a few milligram of honey per day, maybe it is okay, but I don't know. I'm a little bit suspicious. But what else? What else? Why people don't think logically? Look, they take galactose glucose mix. It is actually lactose, yeah, lactose. So you see, glucose make replenishing in muscles, but when it is blended, galactose and glucose, here they say don't know, maybe nothing, maybe it doesn't work. Why don't work? Glucose go to your blood, go to replenish. First it goes to where? To muscles, to replenish the glycogen in muscles. This is why bodybuilders use this glucose, yeah, sweet drinks. Yep, or they use this or this, okay. But, okay, if glucose make muscle, replenish glycogen in muscle, what galactose does? It goes to liver and replenishing concentration of glycogen in liver. So lactose is good, should be good. It should be the same, yeah, should be the same or better. But they say it is, oh, I don't know, we don't know. Okay, why not think different? Instead, they propose combination of three. Oh, yeah, but it's one. Okay, it's one. I would stay away from consuming fructose, but again, it's my opinion. Lactose serves as a rapidly available energy source from glucose and for energy storage in the form of glycogen in the liver and muscles. In muscles, it is, again, in muscles, we have glycogen generated from glucose. In liver, it is from galactose. In general, the liver can store about 100 to 120 grams of glycogen, which can make up to 5-6% of the organ weight. The muscles can store about 500 grams of glycogen, and it counts to 80% of total glycogen in the body. Okay, when you go to intense and long physical activity, you reduce amount of glycogen in muscles. You have pain. This pain. Why you have pain in muscles? Because when it is painful to continue, it just give you a signal. There is no more glycogen in muscles, especially if you do intense exercises and you have pain in muscles. It is signal, stop. We have no more glycogen. We cannot work further. Okay. Of course, if you're on a ketogenic diet, you consume more fatty acids, but conversion of fatty acids to energy go slowly in comparison with conversion of glucose to energy. So, and if it is intensive physical activity, then glycogen is used to give energy to the muscles. And if you have pain, the signal, okay, no glycogen more in muscles, stop it. Okay, then then okay, but you have to do it, if you do exercises, try to go to this limit. This is my opinion. Okay, what else? And due to the quick ATP synthesis by burning glycogen, the higher the aerobic exercise intensity, this is what I was talking, the more muscle cells produce ATP from muscle glycogen instead of fatty acids and proteins. Okay, so if you have this intense activity and you have pain in your muscles, or maybe the cramps in the muscles, then it is signal no glycogen in the muscles. Stop it, okay? Stop it. I mean, yeah, it is painful. So intense endurance exercise lasting longer than 90 minutes often result in glycogen depletion. This is what I do every day. I swim about 2 hours in fins, intense, and I swim till I have pain in muscles. I cannot continue. Okay, it means okay, I have already all glycogen go, and I have to stop it, and I go cycling back home. And then what I do, I take lactose and whey protein and to replenish the glycogen. Okay, this is, and it helps. It helps to stop this feeling of in swollen muscles and reducing inflammation. And I believe that it is a way to accelerate recovery of muscles, to grow muscles, and also to extend the lifespan. And okay, by consuming foods with low glycemic index, such as lactose, after exercise, the body can increase the storage capacity of intermolecular glycogen storage. Okay, this publication is again different. Okay, you see, you can go this, it is different from this, so it shows, yeah, lactose, if you use lactose after exercise, it works perfect. Not this, but this worked perfect. Galactose becomes crucial during infancy for rapid growth or metabolic flexibility, to use fat and breast milk as main source of energy. Even with the ingestion of 100 grams of lactose by adults, the maximum concentration of galactose in the systemic blood circulation remains within normal limits. Why? Okay, you can go. It is also it is indication that liver can produce glycogen very quick. So, however, the ingestion of galactose without glucose consumption induces higher concentration of glucose. So it is, if it is without glucose, glucose is necessary. If it is without glucose, only galactose, then the liver works not so quick, and then concentration of this galactose is higher. So lactose is good. If you take only galactose, no good. Lactose, okay, you need lactose. Approximately 75% of adults in the world, okay, maybe 75, maybe 68, I don't know, but around 70% in the adult are lactose intolerant and cannot digest lactose in the gastrointestinal tract. Yet 50 grams of lactose or liter of raw milk a day is considered safe for lactose intolerant people. And also interesting, if you do it regular, your intolerances will disappear in time, because your body is flexible. It is it starts to produce this enzyme to digest lactose, and but lactose tolerant people can consume large amount of lactose with milk or doses of, you can buy lactose, it's a supplement. A study demonstrated a positive effect of added lactose on the microbiome with increased production of short-chain fatty acids, mainly acetic and butyric acid. Butyric acid is especially beneficial. And consumption of lactose helps to avoid the development of dysbiosis and diseases such as colorectal cancer, gastrointestinal disorders, obesity, allergies, and other. Okay, look, again, lactose in milk, especially beneficial, but you can use supplements of lactose sometimes, as I do, to accelerate, because I don't want to drink too much after exercises, but I make this lactose. I consume lactose mixed with whey proteins. Lactose increases the level of gastrointestinal antimicrobial peptides. Again, it helps to fight with this toxic bacteria. In summary, lactose is a unique and beneficial component of dairy products, providing essential energy for our bodies, promoting a healthy gut microbiota, and offering additional advantages like mineral absorption and some other absorption of elements. Its effects extend beyond basic nutrition and contributing to overall well-being of the elderly. You see, it is not my opinion. It is not my opinion. I just follow scientific publications. And medical professionals seems they don't read these publications. They don't have no idea how this lactose works. They propose avoid the lactose. So shame on them, I would say. I am a scientist. I go to scientific publications. I read them. I read the article. I make my opinion based on science. And plus, after, because science has to be confirmed with experiment, I try this. I do experiments on my body, and I a little bit adjust my opinion according to the results of these trials. So, okay, this dysbiosis develops the inflammation in the gut, and then you have hypertension, atherosclerosis, obesity, blah, 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 so all the accelerated aging. The concentration of protein in breast milk, 1 gram per 100 milliliters, lower than animal milk. You see, it's again, for infants, protein is not essential, but what is important for brain development, what is important for body development, lactose and fat and lactose. And fat in the breast milk mostly short chain and middle chain fatty acids. Depending on the stage of lactation, 80 to 50% of protein in the breast milk is whey protein. Again, difference. Okay, humans are so special species, so special, so good. I mean, what is good for us, not good for other animals, and we need whey protein. Okay. And bodybuilders understand it. They understand that they consume whey protein after exercises or during the day to grow muscles, because the babies grow on breast milk better and they develop all the muscles and other tissues better if they consume breast milk. And whey protein is much more in the breast milk than in comparison with cow milk. This proportional is significantly greater compared to the milk of other mammals like cow milk. And whey proteins are easier to digest and they are rich in leucin. Leucin is a key component to ignite muscle growth. Key component, whey proteins. I highly recommend to consider consumption of whey proteins for elderly. The high leucin content in milk is thought to contribute to the positive effect of dairy products, suppressing energy storage in fat tissues. So you're losing fat because leucin gives you satiety. You don't need to eat more. As I see it on myself, as I started to use this more dairy product and more this mix of lactose with whey protein, I don't want to eat much. It's again a fat. Unfortunately, I eat butter, and fat is accumulated, but not much. And just if I reduce consumption of butter, then it is burning a little bit. So it is not big problem for me that if I have some little bit fat. So I increased in 4 months. Only 4 months took me to increase my weight from 68 to 76. 4 months. I never had this. It is about 2 kilos of muscle mixed with fat, but it's a lot anyway. And I don't look fatty. I have no. That's all this fat is on legs mostly. Interesting that it's on legs. And this fat which is on legs, it's considered healthy. It is not in the stomach, in your belly. It is not in the inside. So this fat is okay, and you can get rid of it quite easy. Just stop eating so much butter and make fasting, and then you will burn it quick. Okay, then The high leucine content, as I said, is thought to contribute to the positive effects of dairy products, suppressing energy storage in fat tissue while promoting fat oxidation. You see, if you stay on ketogenic diet, leucine is important as supplement or as a component in milk. Or you can use both supplement and milk. Milk protein casein can be problematic for some people as it potentially triggers autoimmune reactions in susceptible individuals with leaky gut syndrome. Okay, first you develop leaky gut syndrome because you consume some plant-based diet which make your inflammation in your body, and then it's even in babies it can develop because some women don't produce breast milk. They use formula, and formula maybe not good composition, so it is full of these ingredients which are not healthy. So what is happening? Yeah, autoimmune reaction, autoimmune response of your body to this toxic stuff. So it is leaky gut syndrome when the lining of the intestine becomes permeable to undigested proteins. Okay, this is what happens in some babies if they are fed with milk with formula. Formula, they don't do the same composition as breast milk. Breast milk is so much better, so much healthier for development. But if you consume a lot of casein and plus you have this leaky gut syndrome, yeah, okay, then you will get this. You will get this reaction. Even baby you can damage guts of even of a baby, even on infant. Why not? Why not? It's again, babies are susceptible to all these toxins the same way like adults. Okay, milk protein share structural similarities with proteins found in the body tissues. If milk protein enters the bloodstream in the undigested form, and it is in case of this leaky gut syndrome, it gets to your blood system, and then it is the immune system identifies them as foreign invaders, potentially leading to immune response. Immune response. So the immune system may also start attacking similar proteins in the body, leading to an autoimmune response. Cow milk has a lot more casein than human milk, about 4 times as much. Yeah, you see, you have to adjust if you base your diet on these dairy products, you have to be careful because again, careful about this casein. The casein protein include 4 classes. It is 4 classes. The dominant form of casein in human milk is alpha S2 casein. In the cow milk, it is different. The ratio of whey protein to casein in human breast milk is typically 60% of whey protein to 40% of casein. You see, 60 to 40. Cow milk has a form of casein which is alpha S1 casein and not much the whey protein, not much. So you see big difference. If you try to consume dairy products, be aware that it is not exactly what you want to have. You want to adjust your diet to as close as possible to breast milk composition, or maybe with some more protein if you want. But again, you just pay attention about casein different. And to digest casein, you need high acidity in your stomach. You need also increase concentration of whey protein in the mix. So buy just what I recommend, buy lactose and whey protein, a supplement, add it to milk if you want, or may make some, I don't know, supplement separately. It's up to you, but okay. This is a course. Be careful with dairy products because casein is different. Not enough whey protein, not enough lactose. Numerous studies have linked to consumption of dairy products with improved vascular health and reduced blood pressure. Okay, again, this you see, dairy products, even if it is not adjusted to breast milk, but yet dairy products improve vascular health. Improving vascular health, in my opinion, is a sign of rejuvenation. If it is reduced blood pressure and reduced pulse pressure, it is sign of rejuvenation, your cardiovascular system. For example, a study demonstrated that supplementation with whey and casein protein improves blood pressure and vascular function in overweight and obese individuals after only 3 months compared to the control work. And again, whey protein works a little bit better, even in comparison with casein. And other study concluded the risk of hypertension after 2 years was inversely, so dose dependently associated with the intake of low-fat dairy products in older adults. Again, this recommendation to reduce fat, this saturated fat, yeah, okay. You have to know that what is this paradigm that humans should not consume the saturated fats. Why? Because then they will live short. Who needs the elderly people to live few hundred years? I don't know. I don't know. It's impossible. Again, if retired people will live few hundred years, who will give them money if they don't work? There will be euthanasia for these people. So it's impossible to. But you can go somewhere and in countryside grow food for yourself. Don't take some. It's all the system, all the structure of the society should change. If my advice and will be implemented, and widely, would it be? I don't know. But at least you can say, okay, pay retirement money, but maybe 20 years no longer. Maybe 15 years, okay, like 15 years and then stop. Okay, no problem. And then you are in such situations that you will starve to death if you cannot produce your own food and you cannot have your own income from your business or whatever, or if your children do not support you, then you will starve to death. It is common practice in Middle Age or Japan. It was common practice that elderly who cannot serve themselves, they need elderly who cannot work and has to be need a lot of attention. What people were doing in Middle Age, they were taking these elderly people to the forest or to mountains and leaving them with no food, with no water, and they were just starving and die or maybe killed by some animals. So maybe it's coming, this euthanasia actually. So be careful about this. But again, it means you have to live long. You have to regenerate your body. You have to be better than young people. You have to be smarter, stronger, and of course, you need your source of income, some income in old age. Okay, you see again that another study concluded that intakes of low-fat dairy products. Okay, again, low-fat. It's I don't like it, but okay, at least they show that even that whey and casein proteins help to improve your vascular health, and even this whey proteins may reduce blood pressure and improve cardiovascular health. Again, whey proteins key. So much whey protein in human breast milk, 5 times more than in cow milk. It has a good reason. Okay, it has two good reasons for brain and for muscle and for all tissue development. This is why breast milk is so different from cow milk. Humans are different, and whey proteins may reduce blood pressure and improve cardiovascular health. One study in overweight individuals showed that whey protein supplementation 54 grams per day for 12 weeks reduced systolic blood pressure 4%. It is not much. I would say it is not much, but probably other diet was not adjusted properly. However, blood pressure decreased with supplementation 88 grams per day only in those who had already elevated blood pressure. Okay, so it's again situation such. If you don't have enough, there is some limit. If you have more than this limit of this whey protein, like 54, maybe 100 grams, it's maybe too much, but okay, 54, 60 grams per day, if you can consume whey protein in such amounts, it works for everybody, it works. But if it is below some limit, it doesn't work. You can find in my on my channel a video what should be amount of whey protein or leucine. Actually, leucine. We need more than 3 grams of leucine. Whey proteins, they have not all leucine, but high amount. If you consume in older age less than 3 grams of leucine, not per day, but at once as a dose, just don't work. You have no advantage. So there is a limit. So you have to go above this limit. So 3 grams, yeah, but no, 3 grams of leucine. I don't know how you can calculate how much is in whey protein this leucine. I didn't do this calculation. But again, this is the key. 50 or 60 grams of whey protein a day. You have to do it. You have to think about this. Adjust your diet so that you will consume more whey protein. And this is different from my diet, or my proposal, my hypothesis, to what carnivore diet people do. That enthusiasts of carnivore diet, they say the priority should be protein. I tell different. My proposal, my hypothesis is different. Even in respect of this enthusiast of carnivore diet, I say, guys, it will improve your health, sure. I have no doubt. I follow you, I respect you. But if you want to live long, you need something more. And what is more, you have to adjust your diet to the composition of breast milk, and it means you need more whey protein or leucine. You need more lactose, which is they deny, and you need more dairy product. Okay, all together. And lactose is, again, they say no carbohydrates. If it is carnivore diet, no carbohydrates. I say, pardon. If you want to live few hundred years, you need lactose. You need lactose, you need whey protein. Key parameters which will extend to in my opinion. I have to prove it yet, okay, but this is my idea that we have to adjust this diet, our diet to live longer. Okay, then no significant effect on blood pressure was detected in studies that used much lower amounts of whey protein. If it is only 3 grams per day, there is a limit. There is a limit. 3 grams of leucine at once starts this growth of muscles in elderly. If it is this, it is nothing. Whey protein may decrease inflammation and increase antioxidant defenses in older patients with ischemic stroke compared to casein-containing mix. Okay, whey protein is the key of your diet if you want to live for a few hundred years. Okay, so it is reducing blood pressure. Okay, whey protein. I buy this blend of whey protein with lactose. Is cheap. Whey proteins are rich in an essential branch chain amino acids, rich in essential. I didn't check how much, but okay, rich. Leucine is the most growth promoting amino acids for muscle growth, and whey protein generally increases satiety to a greater extent than carbohydrates or fat, and may facilitate a reduction in energy consumption and loss of accumulated fat. Right. Because I consume too much butter and coconut oil, I don't see that my fat is burning quick, but okay, I don't care much about the burning of fat. Even I want to increase my weight to maybe 95 kilo in time, mostly because of muscle growth, not fat. I don't want to be fatty, but now I have good composition, no belly fat at all. No, not at all. It has, but mostly on legs, and because I swim in fields, cycling, all the stress is on muscles on legs. Muscles on legs are grow quite good, quite well. They're big, impressive. I have to work maybe on upper side of my body to grow more muscles in back and in hand and other on chest, etc. Well, okay. Whey protein increases satiety and suppresses hunger more than casein and soy protein. Yeah, again, I confirm it. It's, when I started to consume more of this whey protein, I just cannot eat more meat. I eat meat, but I get satiety so quick. So I eat normally once a day, and after exercise, I stop exercise and I'm coming home about 4:30 afternoon, and I eat and I consume this blend of lactose and whey proteins and eat meat. And I cannot eat much. I eat something and I'm satired. Okay, I said no, enough. I cannot eat more. Enough. So my dogs, I have 2 dogs and 7 kittens. My dogs, every my dog eat more meat than I do. Okay, but it means only that whey proteins, again, they increase the satiety. Yeah, so it's they suppress hunger. Maybe it is good. I don't see drop in my this energy. It's okay, but somehow this whey protein are very easy to digest, even in older age. They work well. And so it is good to include whey protein to your food. So large intake of whey protein may help maintain muscle mass and when losing fat by suppressing appetite, boosting metabolism and growing lean mass. Okay, yeah, probably. If you limit consumption of butter, for example, because I start my day with butter, yeah, normally, sorry, yeah, it's what I do. It's also I'm recommended to start this ketosis. Some people say, is butter not food? Because if you eat one times, why not counting that butter as food? Butter is not exactly food. It is, again, it gives you energy, but it is working more to shift your body to ketosis. And if you are in the case of ketosis and you have no protein intake, then your body will go to autophagy anyway. So it is good. So you start ketosis, you make the ketosis deeper, and then you burn in your fat, you start autophagy sooner, and autophagy will clean your body from toxins and from fat and all these accumulated misfolded proteins, etc. So it is good. I don't think it, but again, the doses of butter can vary. If I don't eat much, maybe 20 gram maximum. Some days more. It depends. If I'm hungry, I eat more. Not hungry, I just little bit piece like a teaspoon of butter, and it's enough. Okay, then, what is commonly recommended for whey protein? 25 to 50 gram per day. I recommend buy this whey protein and use it. I buy mix of lactose with whey proteins, okay? Because again, I believe lactose is also very important, so I buy this blend. It is very cheap. I tell you, I buy in Thailand for, let me see, $4 per kilo, so cheap. This blend of whey protein with lactose. Maybe too much lactose, but I don't care much about, again. If too much, okay. And but this blend of whey protein and lactose, I eat only after exercise. After exercise, take and I eat. And then you can do it in different way. You can sometimes I mix it with coconut oil and eat. So it is like, it is good. It tastes good. Or sometimes I can make tea or some hot water tea and mix it with this and drink. It is also not bad with no fat. Also not bad. It tastes not bad. It is quite delicious. Or maybe even add little bit milk or whole milk powder, more easy to blend and more easy to use. So it's up to you to decide. But 50 gram of whey protein, if you can get to this limit, very, very well. Plus lactose. How much lactose? I don't know. But remember, the infants consume 10 gram of lactose per kilo. If you take at least 10% of this, okay, so if you like 70, I'm 75, 76 kilo, let's say 70, 70, and then I'm supposed to get 700 gram of lactose if it is like for baby, but okay, maybe 10%. So it comes to like 70% of lactose. It is a lot. I don't consume so much, but maybe half of this 35%, and plus whey protein. Yeah, it will work perfect. 55 grams of whey protein consumed before a carbohydrate meal can stimulate insulin and incretin hormone selection and slow gastric emptying. Okay, it's again good because your glycemic index low. It will give you more time to digest. It will reduce stress on your digestional system. And it is leading to marked reduction in post-gradual glycemia and level of insulin. So, okay, again, glycemic index is low, and if you make it even slower, then you have for longer time stable level of glucose in the blood and galactose in the blood. So you will extend time to grow muscles and extend time to accumulate this. To grow muscles, so it is good. And even you have insulin, then it is not. If you're diabetes, I believe you can use it even with diabetes, some amount of lactose and whey protein and glucose. Lactose and whey protein. If you have diabetes or you have some kind of schizophrenia or other diseases related to brain, yeah, just do it. You can follow ketogenic diet plus whey proteins and plus lactose. Insulin plays an important role in cardiovascular regulations. It has vasodilatory effect on precapillary arterioles, especially in skeletal muscle tissue, to increase blood flow to skeletal muscles and promote muscle growth. Again, bodybuilders know it very well, but they increase insulin level by injections or consuming glucose-rich drinks. So it is, I believe, much smarter is to consume lactose and plus whey protein. Insulin stimulates nitric oxide synthesis. It is enzyme to produce nitric oxide, and increases the release of nitric oxide from vascular endothelium to cause vasodilation. Also, insulin increases the proliferation of vascular smooth muscle cells, so it grows of new blood vessels. Okay, so you see, whey protein is the key. Whey protein and lactose problem. Furthermore, insulin promotes protein synthesis and inhibits protein breakdown in muscle tissue. Bodybuilders know it very well and they use it, but I am against injections, so it is much better to use lactose, to use whey protein, much healthier. Insulin, a hormone that regulates glucose intake and lipid production in the adipose tissue, protein synthesis and glycogen storage in muscles. You can get more details. Can also be affected by arterial stiffness. Yeah. Insulin usually promotes blood vessel dilation and increased blood flow, but in cardiovascular diseases and type 2 diabetes, this process can be distributed because you have insulin resistance. If you have insulin resistance, then it just doesn't work. Okay, you have to go steps further. You have to cure your type 2 diabetes by changing to ketogenic diet, and then in time, it will take years probably, or a year maybe, then you can go to this change of your diet plus whey protein plus lactose. Okay, insulin resistance, a condition where body doesn't respond well to insulin, is associated with endothelium dysfunction and problems with like high blood sugar, excessive insulin, and insulin resistance can harm the function of the endothelium, leading to issues like oxidative stress, inflammation, and problems with heart function. Yeah, okay guys, again, you follow recommended so-called balanced diet, which is based on consumption of carbohydrates. You are like mice, you live short. Yeah, maybe happy life, but short. Happy, I mean, why happy? Because the fructose, for example, fructose and saccharose give you this, they work like cocaine, the same. They make you happy. This is why kids they want so much these sweets, and they because the sweets makes them happy. And if you in older age you keep it and you consume a lot of sweets, the same, it makes you happy, but so you will be happy, but live not long. Okay, it's up to you. The bodybuilders, as I said, they use insulin together with human growth hormone injections, so you can grow your body, your muscles. I tried human growth hormone in my age, didn't work at all. I only wasted money and shit, it doesn't work. Other supplements like arginine and also recently I started to use the whey protein and lactose, much better. Insulin, I would be terrified to make injections of insulin because I am so afraid of insulin resistance. And what they do, they make these injections, they live short. Again, you follow this diet with carbohydrates and you make these injections, you will be happy, you will look good, great, fantastic, but live not long. Consumption of lactose together with whey proteins after intense endurance exercise will potentially help grow muscles again. Intense endurance. Why it is different? Bodybuilders, they don't do endurance exercise. They don't do. They believe that they have to stress muscles, and stressing muscles and breaking some muscle cells, muscle fibers, then it ignites inflammation. Inflammation starts the process of growth of new muscle fibers from stem cells. And especially if you have insulin and human hormone and testosterone injections, then yeah, you have it always work. But in young age, in older age, my experience, at least this doesn't work. I did try testosterone, maybe but again, I'm afraid because you start to injections of testosterone or consumption of this other. You can watch my video about other supplements which improve testosterone sensitivity. I'm afraid because I don't want to my these nuts will become very small. No, I don't want it. I want to stay as man for hundreds of years. However, excessive insulin levels resulting from conditions like insulin resistance have negative effect, contributing to fat storage and actually hinder muscle growth. Following a standard that is a so-called balanced diet with the use of carbohydrates as main source of energy eventually leads to insulin resistance and hyperglycemia. High concentration of glucose and insulin in the blood serum accelerate blood vessel stiffening, hypertension, sarcopenia, and accelerated aging. Insulin resistance may also contribute to hypertension through sympathetic overactivity, endothelium dysfunction, and decreased vasodilation of insulin. Okay, guys, you know, many bodybuilders, what they have, but you can go YouTube, you can find this information. Many bodybuilders, they have very high blood pressure. Why? Because when you ignite inflammation in your body, if you work with this resistance training and you break your muscle fibers, they ignite inflammation. Inflammation result in what? In stiffening of your blood vessels. Yeah, because it's normal reaction of your body or to inflammation to produce collagen and increase the amount of collagen in walls of arteries and blood vessels, increase stiffness, and okay, you can have big muscles, but actually it will shorten your life. Many bodybuilders, they live maybe 5 to 50 years old, especially if they consume these injections. But okay, you can have happy life, but not very long. The intake of dairy products by older people may improve the health of elderly and reduce the risk of sarcopenia by improving skeletal muscle mass. Okay, again, dairy product, whey protein, lactose, important. Intervention studies have shown that sarcopenia may be treated by a high protein intake in combination with exercise. However, in some studies, low protein daily consumption with milk didn't induce muscle hypertrophy in all the adults, probably because of anabolic resistance and compromised protein digestion in elderly. This again, if you if you want to grow muscles, it is you need 1.6 gram per kilo of body weight per day, or above 2 gram of per kilogram of body weight per day. And even with this amount of proteins, it may not work in old age. Why? Because you have limited supply of blood blood flow is compromised in muscles, so your muscles will not grow. You consume a lot of meat, but it all meat go to toilet. This experience I had myself because I was going to gym, doing this resistance exercises, and was consuming more than 1 kilo of meat per day and eating 7 eggs per day, high quality eggs. And I didn't see much progress. And even with growth hormone injections, it didn't work. It didn't work for me because I was 66 years old. Sorry, it doesn't work. But when I changed this diet, when I increased this whey protein, and especially I can recommend you arginine works, and also some HMB works in older age. But what is more important, the elasticity of blood vessels. You need blood supply. You need endurance exercise. Forget about resistance exercise in older age, or you can combine, as I was talking in previous videos, that you can combine endurance exercise with sprint interval training or with high intensity interval training. It will work. And again, how muscles will grow, it depends on whey protein, and it depends on blood circulation, and it depends on blood circulation with endurance exercise is included, and elasticity of blood vessels. If you have better elasticity of blood vessels, you see a miracle. Muscles will start to grow the same like in young age, in adults, like teenagers. Okay, while more research is needed, incorporating high-fat dairy, lactose, and whey proteins into the diet along with active lifestyle and regular endurance exercise may contribute to the prevention of sarcopenia, even muscle growth in elderly. This is the main, my main hypothesis or my conclusion. Again, it is my opinion. It's much different from opinion of medical professionals, but yet I base on this my opinion on scientific publications and peer-reviewed journals. I am professional scientist. I do research like this. First, I make literature review. I go as many articles, read them through, try to understand what is what and how this and that work. Medical professionals don't do it. And after this, after making a literature review, which is presented in part here, I do experiments. Okay, I do experiments to confirm my idea. And if my idea works, okay, then I do it well. I continue in this what. So you see this, again, it is just part of my presentation on muscle growth, and you can get to these references. You see it's a lot of information. You do your own research. I encourage you to do own research because, again, my opinion is different. If you want to support me, my project, okay, please like, bell button, and subscribe to my channel. My research is not supported officially anyhow, so at least you can do this if you want to see me, because I can continue this research, but I will stop uploading videos because it takes time. But why I do it? Again, I do this publications. It is like publication. It is not exactly publications, because to make a publication, I have to add to literature review. I have to add results of my experiments. But experiments in biology take very long time, especially if I use my own body. It is not normal practice. You need clinical trials. Clinical trials are very expensive. What I was asking some universities, okay, let's work together. Let's make clinical trials of something which works, which is proven with some the volunteers, that it works. Let's do this and let's go further. Nobody interested to support this. No, I mean, I was asking Singapore, Taiwan, China, and what else? China, Germany. What else? Yeah. Okay. Nobody is interested. Why? Why? Because too many people on this planet. Much easier to shorten lifespan of retired people than to extend. If lifespan of retirees will be extended to a few hundred years, all structure of society has to be changed. All structure. It is so expensive. It's so big change in the human civilization that. So it is now they say, okay, this people decide, okay, it's much easier to shorten lifespan, and then lifespan indeed in developed countries drops like a stone, incredibly quick. So many people die from heart attack, from complications with cardiovascular systems. And if I propose, okay, let's make cardiovascular systems healthy, and it means what? It means that longevity will grow. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. People, it is all against all the businesses involved in this. It is against the business of insurance companies. It is against of business pharmaceutical companies. It is a business of this or medical professionals. But we live in the changing times. We live in time when artificial intelligence is coming. Now it doesn't work. Now if you ask artificial intelligence about advice and what is healthy diet, you will get the answers which are proven by WHO. It is standard. And it is, again, it is not my, okay, I mean, but in time, I expect that more sources of information will be able that these chatbots, artificial intelligence chatbots, can be trained on scientific publications. This is what I do. I read scientific publications, not medical advices which are proven by WHO or other organizations, but are based on peer-reviewed research. Nobody do it. Okay, so, but in principle, we can train this. But also, yeah, I would say if you just, there are so many publications. Many publications are paid by pharmaceutical companies. So I'm a professional scientist. I know how to separate true results, true science from the paid science, which became a part of propaganda. So I know this. All my life I'm in the science. So again, and then, okay, but I have to select, if we select publications, and like I do, and then use only these publications and plus my conclusions, maybe I can train these chatbots, AI chatbots for future, and then it will be available for more people, and hopefully, but again, if my project is not supported, but even suppressed, then I cannot promise you that it will work. Okay, mind that our nature, follow nature. Okay, nature is beautiful. Nature is so smart. Okay, and then if you follow nature, if you look for answers to your questions in nature, you will get answers. Why neck morates, why bats, why these queens in bees and termites and ants live 10, 20 times longer. Why? It's again, the answer is clear. Okay, this is what I try to promote. Guys, just take nature, look at nature, and don't speculate. Follow nature and make science together with nature. Everything what I done in my life, I mean, scientific achievements, are based on observations from nature. Okay, this is the best way to do science. Okay, that's all. Yeah, about this. Yeah, I was. This ugly, a little bit ugly, but they are very funny. As I said, they live long and they're not aging. They're not aging. They stop aging after 5 years. They just stay the same. They stay the same. Grow a little bit bigger, but not getting older. They don't have any degeneration, senile degeneration of the body. What is happening? Some days this life is so boring, so tough, Can you imagine that you live with no sea or the sky and the blue sky and sun and stars, and you live in such environment which is dangerous? You have infection, you have snakes, and you have this food you eat in feces instead of eating something like milk and butter. It is so terrible life that someday these very old animals decide, I'm so bored, I don't want to live long, and they stop eating without any visible reason. They just stop eating and kill themselves. This is euthanasia, but it is again because they're so bored. And again, this is my advice. If you are a retiree, don't stop working. Don't do some activity. Do whatever you want. Live exciting life. Then you, but most of people don't want to live long. They said, oh, this life should be over someday. I don't want to kill myself, but it should be over. I'm so tired of these problems, of this pain and the back and all this. I don't want, again, many of my friends are doing this, tell me this. They are so tired of life. Why tired? Nature is beautiful. Life is beautiful. I mean, it is tough. It is tough. Life is tough, okay? Buy a helmet to protect yourself from problems, but it is beautiful. Look around. Even if I see degradation of nature around, but I see that okay, it will change with artificial intelligence. It will change. It will be huge change. I want to see it. This change in few hundred years will be incredible. Humans eventually, or we will be hybrids of robots and humans. They will go to other planets. They will go to other galaxies. I want to see it with my own eyes. Yeah, I'm not afraid of death, but I just so excited about this beautiful future. Even I suffer from some problems in this present life. Yet I live that I want to see the better future. I want to get to this. And I want to participate in it. Okay, this is what I try to do, and that maybe you will join me in this project, and then we will do it together. Okay, ciao, ciao, bye, bye.